Are you looking for a way to help your kids fall in love with history? Or maybe you're looking for a way to make history really easy to teach as a homeschool parent. Well, I was looking for both of those things a couple of years ago, and I am so excited that I discovered the History Bible Literature packages from Sonlight. This year, we are using History Bible Literature Level A, Exploring American History, which is designed for kids ages 6 to 8, and I love this curriculum. It was redesigned in 2023, so today I want to do a quick unboxing and just show you everything that's inside of the new 2023 version of Exploring American History, History Bible Literature Level A. And I also want to just show some of the reasons why my family loves this curriculum and the things that make it so easy to teach as a homeschool parent. So let's dive in. So the first thing that you get with every Sonlight curriculum package is a set of done-for-you lesson plans. I took these out of my binder so that you could see what they look like, but this is what you get. And I love these because they tell you exactly what to do for every day of the week for the entire school year. So all of the lesson planning is completely done. I love that I'm spending more time reading books and enjoying learning with my kids and way less time lesson planning whenever I use a Sonlight curriculum. Here's an example of what the actual lesson plans look like. These are the plans for week 3 of the curriculum. The first page of the plans always includes an overview of everything that the kids are going to be learning and what pages you're going to be reading in all of the books that you'll be using for the whole week. This is the 5-day lesson plan option, but there's also a 4-day lesson plan option available that gives kids a little bit more flexibility and is perfect for families that have unpredictable life situations or lots of stuff going on during the week so you never feel like you're behind. The lesson plans also come with specific discussion questions for each book. And these are great because they give me ideas of starting places for what we could talk about as we read. I love that there are questions to ask my kids in there and also topics that we can discuss as we read. And then each lesson plan also includes timeline and map points, and these correspond to 2 other resources that we got. One is a set of timeline figures, and these are perfect to use with either a giant wall timeline or a timeline book. Kids can color these if they'd like, and then you can stick them directly on the timeline. They're all stickers. And so these make it really easy to create a beautiful timeline as a really great record of everything that we've been studying in history. The curriculum also comes with this mini map folder, which is perfect to just stick in the binder and have available at a glance if we need a map. I love this because it's small enough to be able to carry with me, but it also has a number of different maps so that we can really understand where the things in our story are happening. So this one is a current United States map with some of the areas of interest that are highlighted, but there is also a focused map of just the early states. There is a larger map that shows the expansion of the United States, and then there are a European map and a world map as well that are included on the back. Another thing that I really love about Sonlight is that absolutely everything that we need for our history lessons for the entire year is included in the box. This makes it so easy for me as a busy homeschool parent because I'm not spending time throughout the school year going to the library or searching for books or trying to remember to get resources. All of that stress and all of that time savings is already done for me. And all I have to do is just go to the bookshelf and grab the book that we need for history. So I love that. These are the history books that are included inside of History Bible Literature Level A for 2023. The curriculum starts with this spine, which is Heroes and Happenings, and you actually get 2 volumes. There's volume 1 and volume 2. Each of these includes 30 stories, so there is a total of 60 stories between the 2 books, and each of them is a story about a different event or person in history. So this one, The Polymath, is all about Ben Franklin. I love that this book is a full color book with lots of illustrations. So that is really helpful in keeping my kids engaged as we read it. It is a little bit more of a textbook style, but the lessons are short and there's lots of additional information in them. And then I also love that at the end of each lesson, there's a little box down here that says want to know more. And that has ideas of book titles that we can read to look for additional information. So as my kids get really excited about certain stories, we can go and find more information to explore more deeply about that topic or character. And then, of course, the history portion of the curriculum also comes with a lot of really exciting books. We got Maps and Globes, Your Life as a Settler in Colonial America, The Amazing Impossible Erie Canal. Check out the illustrations in this one. This is just so beautiful. We also got The Very First Americans, The New York Colony. So there's a really good mixture of fiction and nonfiction books in here, and I love that as well. Three Young Pilgrims, How We Crossed the West, The Adventures of Lewis and Clark, George versus George. We also got Civil War on Sunday. My son loves the Magic Tree House series right now, and he was so excited to see this one. This was actually the very first book that he grabbed when we opened the box, and he read it right away. So we'll be rereading it when we come back to the Civil War in a little bit. And then Abandoned on the Wild Frontier. The curriculum also comes with Bible resources included, and this curriculum came with two different things that I'm really excited about. The first is the 1-year Bible for children, and this one is really fun because it's actually organized by day. So for every day of the year, there is a story. And this is really cool because it's going to help us stay on track with our Bible reading all year long, and I'm excited to do the Bible in the Year challenge with my kids this year. I also love that many of these stories have illustrations, so it's going to be a great way to help my kids stay engaged as we're reading these stories together. We also got a CD of music, and this is Sing the Word, Teach Me Your Past. We really enjoy these CDs because they are based on the Bible verses. And so as my kids are listening and singing the songs, they will be learning the verses as well. We normally take these songs and put them in my car so that we can listen to them as we're driving around to different places. Each History Bible Literature curriculum also comes with a selection of books that are designed to be shared and enjoyed with the whole family and everybody who's using the curriculum. And so these are the literature books that are included in Sonlight's History Bible Literature Level A. We got The Light at Turn Rock and Room 1 and Here's a Penny, Book Uncle and Me, In Grandma's Attic, The Family Under the Bridge, Mrs. Pigglewiggle. I love that there's a good selection of both classic books like this one and then also newer books as well. It's really fun to share these kinds of classics with my kids, but I also really love getting to explore some new books with them as well. Adventures with Waffles, 20 and 10, Mary on Horseback, Frankie Sparks and the Class Pet, An Ordinary Princess, Astrid the Unstoppable, Cool Beans, The Further Adventures of Bean Boy. My son took one look at this cover and was very excited to read this book. He has been begging for this one. Sled Dog School, The 100 Dresses, The Kitchen Madonna. And then this curriculum also comes with some picture books too. I love that there's a mixture of both picture books and chapter books. And I also love that there are some that are set in the time period that we're studying in history and some that are just for fun, like this one. Dollars and Cents from the Berenstain Bears. My kids were really excited to see this as well, and I love that there's some math sprinkled in here, even though this isn't technically a math curriculum. There's also Johnny Appleseed, The Apple and the Arrow. And then this is another one of my favorites, the Bill Martin Jr. Big Book of Poetry. I love that this curriculum includes poetry, and we've seen poetry in other History Bible Literature levels from Sonlight as well. And I love that that is in there. I also love that this book has such beautiful illustrations that really bring the poems to life for my kids. Each Sonlight History Bible Literature package also has the option to add readers. And in this case, I chose to add on the second grade readers. I think these are going to be perfect for my daughter, whose reading has taken off in the last year. And I'm excited to be able to read some real books with her and just to enjoy these stories together. The readers also come with a set of lesson plans. Here are the lesson plans for week 3 of these readers. And they, again, will tell you exactly what to read on each day. And then they have some discussion questions as well, which makes this really easy because I can just take a glance at these lesson plans and grab the book and we're ready to go. And I'm not spending additional time trying to figure out what to discuss within each book as we read them together. So here are the readers that were inside. We got Owl at Home, Mouse Tales, Daniel's Duck, Greg's Microscope, Nate the Great, again, one of my favorites. I'm so excited to read this with my daughter. Pompeii Buried Alive, Hill of Fire, Wagon Wheels, a good mixture of historical books, more factual books, and then also fiction-based books as well. The Fire Cat, The Titanic Lost and Found, Frog and Toad Together, Frog and Toad All Year, and Frog and Toad Are Friends. I love Frog and Toad. The Big Balloon Race, Amelia Bedelia, another classic. And then we got Surprises, which is actually an easy reader poetry book. And I'm excited about this one because I'm excited to start reading poems with my daughter and to be able to do that even when she is still in the process of learning to read. The Sword in the Tree. Now, this is the most difficult one in the series. It's definitely more of a chapter book style, but it still has lots of illustrations. So I think that by the time we read these other books, we will be ready for that one as well. And then we also got the Beginner's Bible. I love this because my kids are always so excited to discover that they can read God's Word for themselves. And that's exactly what's happening here. And this Bible also has really great illustrations that are very cute and help the kids be able to see what's happening in the stories. And all of the stories are written with simple text that's easy for kids to be able to read on their own. One of the things that I love the most about Sonlight's History Bible Literature Level A curriculum is just how much fun it is to learn and teach history. I love that all of our history lessons are based on reading real books. I feel like my kids are getting a much deeper and richer understanding of history because they're learning history as they connect with both real historical people and fictional characters that actually lived during those time periods. And as they read their stories and experience their lives with them in these books, my kids are really understanding what it would have been like to live during that time period themselves. And it's creating such a love of history and such an interest in these topics in them. And that is really exciting to see. I also love how easy this curriculum is for me as a parent to teach because I'm not spending time lesson planning or gathering materials or preparing things. I'm just spending time connecting with my kids, reading books, and enjoying learning alongside of them. So if you are looking for a homeschool curriculum that makes learning history fun and that makes teaching history easy, I would definitely recommend any of the History Bible literature packages from Sonlight. I'm going to put links in the description below this video to where you can learn more about History Bible literature, Level A, Exploring American History from Sonlight, and where you can grab a copy of these resources for your family.